tend to like a lot of good things for you.
Cool. We're synced. Audio sync. We're all set here.
I haven't figured out when the right time to do that is.
I mean, right there seemed good to me.
It just sucks because it's going to be so loud. I'm just going to have to edit just that part really low after
just dip it down and then...
Yeah.
How is audio like in iMovie? Is it goofy or do you do it in GarageBand and then flip it?
Go from GarageBand to iMovie, right?
And edit audio in iMovie?
No, I edit it in GarageBand.
That makes more sense.
Because like the way Travis had set it up is like you automate just one line at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know the words I'm saying really. I just know that you're on the line and you press A and it turns like black and yellow and then you do the lines, the dots, and then you move the dots.
You look for the bumblebee and then you do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He's got it real down.
Now don't test me on this.
Yeah.
Don't try to make me teach this to somebody with words. I can show you without words. I'd be like,
I
was
caveman.
I was built as a caveman.
Word.
You are a caveman, but I love you for that. And you got all the tattoos and shit, so you do look like some tribal monster.
Dude, it's so wild. Like, I look back at pictures of me with no tattoos, and then I get a tattoo now and feel the pain, and I'm like, why the hell did I ever get tattoos?
Yeah.
I just saw a clip of Ozzy Osbourne today where he's like, you want to be real different? And he's like sleeved. So his shirt has no sleeves on it, and he's got, like, on one of his arms, he's got, like, 3/4 of a full tattoo sleeve. And then, like, a piece up here and, like, it just not, like, solid put-together tattoos.
Yeah.
And he's like, you want to be real different? Don't get a tattoo because everybody's got a tattoo.
I'm actually really proud of myself. I do not have a tattoo, and at this point, I don't think I'm going to get one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it doesn't matter. Like, when people are, like, that don't have any tattoos are like, what should I get? Or, like, I'm like, if you're asking what you should get, you shouldn't get anything.
Absolutely.
You're not in the right place to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost got a tattoo at 16. I was going to get, because my dad was going to sign off for it if I, like, could agree with a good one that he felt I could stick with for a while, like I'd be happy with. I was going to get Thrasher, like the logo, right on my fucking arm.
That is a 16-year-old tattoo. Like, absolutely.
And he goes...
That's so funny.
He goes, I'll get you a tattoo, but...
It's going to be there forever.
Yeah, and you got to like it. And I was like, dude, the fucking Thrasher logo is so sick.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then they went and got theirs, and I was like, you know what? Y'all got tattoos. I'm just going to wait.
Yeah. I did almost get a tattoo once. And I went with, you remember Patrick Barrett? Long hair, skinny, glasses. Been friends with him forever. I don't think you've ever met him.
Yeah.
But anyways, I went with him once. This is when we were like 19, 20. And he has this really cool piece right here, and it's the Watchman or whatever from Led Zeppelin. I think it's the 3 album where he's holding, or the Seer, I think, when he's holding the lantern.
Okay.
Really pretty.
Yeah,
pretty. He got it from that Jake dude who was at Psych Shack, and then he ran a thing with Gulf Shores, and like he learned actual like old tribal, not like fuckboy stick and poke, but like the old, like the actual stick, not just like drunk teenagers.
Isn't that originally from Thailand?
Something like
that. It
that.
originated, I think, in that area.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, like, dude's a master. Like, he really is very, very talented. And he's from here somewhere. I think his name's Jake. And I watched Patrick get his, and I thought it was really cool. And I'm really glad I didn't get one, man, because I wanted, like, it would be neat, but, like, I don't need tattoos to show people what I like. Yeah. And I feel like some people do that. And then other people, it is cool because people express themselves differently. Right. But I was going to get, like a Pokeball with, like, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and then maybe Pikachu, like, all just kind of hanging out in there, like, kind of their little paws, like,
yeah.
But I'm really glad I didn't get that because, like, I was gonna get like a thigh piece, and I don't know. I feel like I don't need that, and that was the thing when he kind of gave me the price. Totally respected the price, but I was like, I'm 19. I do not have the money to. I'm still paying college. Like, there's no way I'm gonna put my money on this. It adds
up so quick, dude.
It's wild. Like, the older I get, the less or the more indifferent about tattoos I am.
That makes sense. And I mean, right, you're like so covered, and it's super cool that you're covered, and I've always loved all your tattoos, but like it would make sense that like you were saying, people that are virgins, if you will, it's got to be super important where they're like, well, it's got to mean everything to me, you know? Like, it would only make sense that would slowly
fade away after 20.
Yeah, I definitely wish I would have invested my money in something like more important.
This
more
is you
useful
though,
now.
man. I'm really glad you did invest in that because, like,
Yeah, if I saw you without tattoos, you wouldn't be the same person. Well, I guess
you would be.
You know, like,
well, actually, no, because like I think it's like Alan Watts. I'm gonna bring him up in every podcast I do with you guys. But he said, like, I was listening to him the other day with the
He's
baby.
like, this guy won't shut the fuck up about me.
Yeah. Well, he's dead, so so yeah, he is up in heaven
He's
or whatever,
listening.
or hell.
He's
I don't
listening.
know, wherever people go. But he
hot topic debate today, guys.
Yeah. But I was laying down on the couch with Isaac a couple days ago, right before I was doing all that garage stuff, and laying there, and I was holding him, and he was like, you're only the person you are right now in the present. And I'm paraphrasing here, but he was like, whoever you were even yesterday, like, you're no longer that person. Right. And even after. So I guess what I was going with that is, like, things add up to make you who you are. Yeah. But, like, so you would definitely not be
who I am today.
Yeah, without all of that.
I'd be different for sure.
Yeah, because like even just like that tapping and the cutting into your skin to make you who you are, like you were quite literally changing yourself. Right. And you are, and I'm really happy with how you turned out.
And I think also a lot too that has changed is that, or it would have changed you, is the judgment that people throw on people with tattoos. I mean, it was a lot more when you were younger. Because like when I was 18 or whatever, 19, when I started getting tattoos, it became more of
You're what,
like
23?
I'm 22.
22.
But like,
yeah, so you were lucky.
Everybody has them, and it's like, but even 10 years ago, it was still taboo.
There was a
like,
stigma.
Everybody was like, oh, they've been to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like they've killed some. Stuff like that.
I am really happy with where tattoos are now, because like I remember even when I was working for Paul at LPU and Associates. It was really cool seeing like reps come in that are like these corporate dudes but with like a sleeve on, and no one said anything, or no one thought differently of them. I'm really glad that idea has changed. Caveat to that, I remember when I was in college, I'm not going to say the guy's name, but I knew this guy in college, went to a bunch of the shows with me and stuff, and he applied for like some cafe or something, but he had like, it was like Satan like giving the finger or some shit like right here, like on his hand. And I just remember him being like, "Oh, this stupid cafe won't hire me. They're discriminating." I'm like, "Well, first of all, you chose to get that, and we're in the Bible Belt, so like, like you knew what you were doing when you got Satan given the like that puts off a certain vibe."
Satanic tattoos in the South just hit a little different.
Like maybe you should have thought about that a little bit more before trying to get like a nice cafe little waiter job where your demographics like old biddies that might be offended with Satan
after
giving them the
on
finger
Sunday,
when you're giving them their tea.
They just like church. They're coming to have lunch.
May not be a bad idea. Like I'm really glad that tattoos are getting more. I mean, now it really doesn't seem to matter like at all.
No, it's crazy. I watch like corporate videos where they're teaching you about like what to do with an active shooter or like food safety in Target.
What to do if somebody walks in with tattoos?
No, but like the people in the videos will be like. It'll be like a lady with a full sleeve. Or
that is cool. That's nice.
Dude, the other day I was at Target and working in my section, and I overheard like this guy on like a little scooter, like the scooters we provide. And he's like talking to one of the associates, and they don't have any tattoos visible. Like they do, but you just can't see them. And he's like, "Man, I'm so glad this place isn't like Walmart and just hiring people with piercings and tattoos." And he was going to go into my section, so I just walked up out of nowhere, and I was like,
"What's up, dude?
Did you need any help?" Because I always ask people near my section, I'm like, "You guys need any help?" Like, even if they work, because typically you know your section better than anyone else in the store. And he's like, "No, I was just saying like how great this store is." And I was like, "Okay,
yeah, cool,
That's good.
Dude. I do love. I think one of the other reasons I'm glad, like even both of you, because I mean you have visible as well. Is you're good representations of people with tattoos in the sense that like you're both very good people, and you're both hardworking, you're diligent, you're professional.
I like having them on.
Yeah, I know. We should do this more.
Keep
often.
going. Say more nice.
What
things.
else?
What else is cool about it?
I can do a laundry list of why I love both of you guys, and
well, that's the thing too, is that it takes one person.
To notice how great we are, and you can keep going.
While we're on top of that, like since we'll do a compliment sandwich here. So really great. I really love that you represent that.
Size 8.5.
Here's what's up.
Okay.
Here's what's up. Though.
No, let me finish real quick. So really great in all those aspects.
We're gonna edit the next part out.
Yeah, you guys get your shit together because when I helped you hang that fucking TV, no tape measure, no, your shit's in a bag. Still, all those tools are just in plastic bags.
Wrapped up.
I'm about to take your fucking man card. Like, grow up a little bit, guys.
I never had one.
Like you're what? You're 22 years old and you already own your house and you don't even have tools. What the fuck is wrong?
Yeah, you know what, man? It's okay. It's fine.
So now compliment sandwich. So you're both very beautiful human beings.
Just to end that off.
Yeah.
No, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah, no. Tools definitely still in plastic bags for sure. Haven't needed to use those. Get my dad to come over and do it.
There you go. My dad killed himself, so
kidding.
good for you. So.
Okay. All right. Well,
All right.
there's that.
Way to.
He said, thanks for bringing it up.
I'm just picking.
Yeah.
I'm up.
He's like, what's it like having a dad?
Nah, I dubbed, man. He came later, and I think we talked about dub last time, right?
I think so.
We talked about dad shit for a minute.
I think we talked about the you and Chris joke.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. I figured,
Yeah.
what are those called in comedy?
remember
Callbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is funny. What I was saying is with like tattoos specific. Well, I guess with anything, but it. It's like it takes one person that has tattoos to do one bad thing or treat you incorrectly or whatever, and it changes that persona.
Doesn't got to be tattoos.
And
I know that's what you're just saying.
trying to say,
anything.
and that's why you literally laughed at me. So that's cool. Thanks for
No,
that.
I just laughed because you said something so general. It was such a wide.
And was I right though?
You're like fish.
You are
Was I
right,
right?
but you
Was I
can't
right?
put that towards anything.
You're like fish get wet.
Oh, you want to hear another Alan Watt goodie because you said fish?
Okay.
It's one of my favorite things. Is
There are lots of them.
Un pez dos
there are
pez.
lots of them. So the road to hell is paved with good intentions. What is it? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Anybody that's out to help anyone is ultimately doing it for a bad reason. In the sense that, kindly let me help you, said the monkey, as he scooped the fish out of the river and put him atop the tree. I like that. To keep him from drowning. To keep him from drowning. I like that.
I see.
So basically, everybody's doing something for their own good, even if they're
trying and not
it's to make themselves.
And
feel
obviously,
better.
everyone should try to help one another. I'm not saying against that, but I just really like that.
Nobody
quote.
help anybody.
Yeah, everyone. Actually, we need to go to
Everybody
straight
back the fuck
anarchy.
up.
Yeah.
I want chaos.
Fuck off.
No government.
Yeah.
No rules. And let's
Yeah.
see how long this shit lasts.
Oh my god.
Come on down to Kitty's Gun Emporium.
Yeah. Hashtag Propcast.
Dude, I did get to see some cool guns when I was up in Tally. This is before. Preface this is before I was smoking and drinking. This was prior, but I got to see my buddy Krog, who's an old college dude.
Seems like a big gun guy.
Yeah,
Also seems like a frat name.
Dude, he was
Krog?
definitely a frat
For
boy.
sure, frat guy.
Frat guy for sure. He was
Krog.
he was part of the Animal House frat though, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like they were
100%.
crazy.
He seems like he's strong.
He's buff dude. He does yoga, racquetball.
Could we guess any
Yeah.
closer how he
Yeah.
looks?
How many holes in his walls? Does he
Only
have?
wore shorts.
None. You
Really?
want to talk about holes in the walls? I can get to that about college, but fucking where was I going with that? Oh, he had cool guns. That was it. That was a whole
Cool. That's all of it.
Yeah, that's it. He had some
That's
cool
all
guns.
of it.
But actually, Democrat as fuck, like super left leaning. Like actually, because I'm somewhere in the center. I'm like libertarian, I guess, but I don't like talking about politics because I'm not smart enough to talk about politics.
Dude,
I don't
people
even
that
know
are
what
into
I am.
politics love talking about it. Like
Oh,
when
absolutely.
people like know what they are and like care a lot about. That's all they want to talk
I
about.
remember
It's like,
when I was
wow.
with Craig. 'Cause
I like
oh,
pizza.
sorry. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know
Pizza Hut,
politics.
Domino's.
Domino's.
Ew.
I do have an affinity to Pizza Hut just because like my youth was spent there slinging Zaz, bro.
Is that who you delivered for?
Somebody's off.
Is that who you delivered for?
Yeah, I delivered
For some reason, I swore it was fucking Domino's.
Nope, never worked at Domino's.
Domino's is taking over my mind.
I worked at
Bro.
Pizza Hut
It'll do that to you.
like freshman or sophomore. Year- freshman or sophomore year of college, all the way through college, and I worked at West Marine for a little.
You did that in Tallahassee, right?
in Tally.
You work
And,
at West
dude,
Marine?
For like, I was a stalker. Like, so I
right.
was there at like 5 a.m. and then
Here.
would go to
Just
class.
like before the
No,
start?
in Tally. So
West
that was
Marine
like
is like a not local company.
no, it's a
It's
conglomerate.
Like a chain thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like
a-
all
Oh, I
over
thought
the
it was
place.
just
No,
a
it's
local
it's
spot.
corporate for sure. It's
Word.
all over the country.
like Outcast and shit. That's local.
Okay.
But like, yeah,
I thought Outkast was from Atlanta.
maybe. I've only ever seen.
You
I've
got
only
it.
ever heard of that one.
I mean, the Love Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaker box.
Speaker box. Though.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Outcast.
Oh, man, I was
I'm
like,
sorry, Miss Jackson.
ooh, I am for real.
Wow, dude.
No, I know what
He
you're talking
listens to like such old.
about. It's not even old. It's not.
We
two-
count
Talk
Outkast
about
as
some of the E40 songs you listen to, like how old they
Literally
are.
the entire
E40?
album, E40.
Oh, E40. Okay.
Yeah. I listen to so much E40. I'm like the biggest E40 fan ever.
And I'll also tell you, nobody's a bigger fan of this man's music than Hilton is, but Roy Jones Jr.
I've actually never
look,
heard
I know
any of Roy
every
Jones.
word to all
fan
of the
fan of
songs.
my guy, but nobody listens to it more than him.
I listen to it
Nobody.
almost every day.
Roy's
Nice.
never heard his songs as
That
much
many
as Hilton
times.
has heard.
Dude,
Roy's
I bet
songs.
he makes so much money just off me.
I'm gonna have to look his stuff up. I've literally
Body
never
Headbangers
heard
Volume 1, baby.
Headbangers.
Body Headbangers.
Okay.
Volume
Listen, we
1.
don't need to listen.
Volume 1.
Don't need to.
Oh my gosh, dude. All of
I'll
them.
pull it up.
Every time
That's
we
what I'll
play
listen to
music on the
way home.
podcast,
Dude.
because we
played
let
Roy
this
Jones
man
Jr.
pick the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was playing Vin Diesel and DJ Pauly D last time, but
Before we keep going, wait, what was that? Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel and DJ Pauly D.
Vin Diesel has
Yeah.
music.
Bro, let's not do
Bangers,
this.
bro.
Really?
Let's not do
Isn't Pauly
this.
D the Jersey Shore guy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
a
god.
DJ.
We're
And
gonna have
they
DJ for
collab.
sure.
We're gonna have to burn
Oh,
this
I was about to
episode.
be like, what world do we
Separate.
live in?
No, Vin Diesel signed a record deal with Kygo. I don't know if you ever heard of Kygo.
I'm unfamiliar now.
But he does a lot of like chill music, like beach music, pretty much.
Should I stop
And they did
recording?
songs to-
Because this,
Why?
They
we're
made
gonna have to
songs.
burn this episode.
Bro,
Every time you bring
I'm
up Vin
talking to the
Diesel and
homie.
DJ Pauly
I'm
D,
interested. Like,
dude, it just goes.
bangers, dude.
Well, I
I'm
mean, we're
telling
not gonna sit here and talk about this the whole time.
you.
I
No,
would
no,
hope,
but
I
yeah,
don't need
and
a
then-
whole discography.
Time
but-
freezes when we talk about this. Nothing goes on. Nothing of anything.
I'll send you some of the stuff.
Okay.
For sure. Because
Cool.
it's the DJ Pauly D shit is more of a joke, but Vin Diesel, bangers.
Actually, does he rap or does he
No,
sing?
it's more of like.
I'm not gonna
vocal
lie, the
style
Vin
stuff.
Diesel stuff definitely is the better of the two.
Yeah. So
But
good.
that's-
No
it's
Elton
not a,
John or
It's not a
nothing,
high
but-
bar.
It's not like yeah. I wouldn't be listening.
I mean, if
for,
you
like-
listen to DJ Pauly D, you'd rather be like in prison.
What?
Trust me, because it's a fucking mental prison when you're hearing this shit going. You're like, oh, he's about to start singing, and he's like, yo, put your hands up. you
It's
fucking
basically. Did
go.
you ever watch Jersey Shore? Did you ever see any of them?
I really didn't.
Any of it?
The
It's
only
basically-
time I ever saw a Jersey Shore person on TV was Snooki was in an episode of Supernatural once, and she was a demon, and I was like, yeah, that about
Really?
sums it up.
She,
Yeah.
she also
Oh
was
my God,
at.
I didn't know
She
that.
was at a WrestleMania.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I remember seeing that clip somewhere. Of
Yeah,
her.
because you know they
There.
do celebrities sometimes,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I mean, our president
Floyd,
or
yeah.
our former president was
former president Shaq,
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
They do like the
Shaq.
GM shit, right?
Dude, Shaq cut a contract with AEW.
AEW, yeah, and he went through a table.
Yeah,
Who did that?
I don't remember.
Who took him through the
I
table?
just
Fuck.
I
When
only
was
Oh,
that?
Orange Cassidy.
that sounds right.
When was that?
I mean, this is this year.
Oh, it was recent.
Yeah, he just recently
I,
signed.
Really?
I think I just showed you him going through the table like
Yeah,
one
I
of our
don't-
kitchen talks.
I don't have cable and stuff, so I don't get to watch AEW, and I don't have like whatever their subscription is, so I just get to see highlights on Facebook.
You know,
Apologize,
WWE
Tom.
Network doesn't exist anymore.
What?
That's now on Peacock, which is NBC's.
Oh shit! It's on
streaming.
Peacock. I
Yep.
have Peacock.
Free.
Do you have to pay for it? No.
You can watch the $4.99 one for free for like a week,
Okay.
but I think the unpaid premium you just
Wait,
get to see it live.
Is Peacock? Are they still keeping? Like, did they transfer over all the old pay-per-views and stuff?
The only thing is,
Like
you-
WCW, all
Yep,
that stuff?
everything.
Oh hell yeah! Okay.
I mean, it's gonna
you
take
paying-
slowly or over time. It's gonna take a long time to get everything on there.
Yeah.
But they have like every WrestleMania on there already. They have all the Monday Night Wars and the WCW and stuff. The only things that is weird that I felt like should be updated is you cannot watch like if what
Oh,
is
I remember you
today?
telling me about
What
that.
is today?
It's Thursday.
Thursday. So SmackDown comes out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't catch it live, you have to wait
gotta
30
wait.
days.
30.
30 days.
That's right. Yeah, he was telling me about
Okay.
this like a couple weeks ago. and
But
I was like,
that is
why?
But
cool
you
to
can
know I
watch
can
as
watch it
far
live.
back as 2008,
That's dope. Okay, that's cool.
which sucks because
That
like,
was the best
I would
SmackDown
have
versus Raw. video game was 2008.
S versus V.
Because I think that was the one where you could do general manager mode, which was super fun.
Yeah.
My I'll plug real quick. My dude Joshua Lane and then Ox Haney, my two wrestler friends. I've known Josh forever, and then I met Ox through him. They actually do. I don't remember what their thing is called, but they do a YouTube thing where that's actually it's like a Let's Play podcast. But that's literally all they do is they play SmackDown versus Raw, and then SmackDown versus Raw versus featuring ECW like 2008. 9,
Isn't that
10.
what the Good Day do right now? They have like a YouTube channel called like Up Up Down Down or something.
I don't.
And
know.
they play the games live, and whoever wins an Up Up Down Down belt.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like the WWE belt.
Oh, I don't know. Because
Wow.
their podcast is they actually don't ever fight any of the matches, but they actually run storylines. So in GM mode,
that's sick.
back in the day, you would actually have it where one person was Raw and one person was the general manager of SmackDown. So you're both general managers. You would have to draft your team, and then you would have to build your story arcs and actually like set up your thing. So every week you would have like, you know, your 5 slots and 2 promos.
You could write whatever you want in the story?
Well, I mean, so it was, it was very basic, right? Because it was like PS2, but it would be a thing where it's like, okay, so
Like, which way do you want to go?
Yeah, so for my main event, I'm gonna
Like how porn is nowadays.
I guess I don't know. Do they have fantasy
Just
league
me?
porn?
You've never seen that?
I have no idea what you're talking
Where it's like
about.
you knock on the door, and then it's like, do you want her to give you head, or do you want to go inside?
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. But
This is like VR
dude,
porn.
I'm a dad now, man. The only time I watch porn is when me and Mir, you know, because once you have a baby, you wait long. It spaces out more because you're both old and tired.
Right.
But so like literally for me, for porn is like if it's been like a week and I need to get something done, but that crap's in my head of like I just gotta jerk off. So like it's literally go to the bathroom, 30 seconds or less. Okay, cool. Now I can get back to what I was trying to do. Man. So
Dad life.
dad life.
That is a
Respect.
wild life.
Respect,
Yeah,
bro.
it gets crazy when you're a dad, man. It really
That
like
shit sounds
like
crazy.
sexuality becomes an inconvenience. If like because like obviously I want to be with my wife and I want to have fun in the bedroom, do our shit, which I don't like to talk about because I respect my wife and people don't need to know about that shit. Plus, if I ever get famous, I'll wait to have an OnlyFans until that shit can be so high dollar that someone will pay crazy money just to see us naked talking to each other. Yeah. But anyways, so
And that's
Man, it's a good
and
idea.
that is our sex life.
That's it.
yeah, but I mean, we make love and stuff. A little
He's like,
crazy.
I mean,
we have some fun, but
you know.
A
but
lot
it
of
really it is
candle or
funny.
two.
It is funny because like it really does become like sexual stuff. Literally becomes an inconvenience with me now, where it's like, well, shit, she's tired, she's asleep. I just need to knock this out so I can get back to editing. So
I just need to tug on my
bathroom,
pudding.
boom, into the toilet. I'm done. Like, cool. Don't have to think about that anymore. Fucking biology, and then back to what I need to
It
do.
just,
Anyways,
becomes
I'm a
annoying.
robot, man. That's what's
Yeah.
happened. You
Anyways,
turn into a
wrestling
robot.
general manager.
Yeah, so wrestling general manager, SmackDown versus Raw. And so you would build your card, and then you would have it where it's like, so you'd have a couple, like, let's say you had, I don't know, Triple H, Kurt Angle as your main event.
But you don't pick who wins.
No, so you
It's random
randomize
outcomes.
all that. But so you could set your promos up because you have 2 of them, right? So it'd be like, okay, I'm going to start a rivalry between Triple H and Shawn Michaels or something. And then so then you could run that. And so you have to take all of that into account. You have to take in your morale for each wrestler. You have to take into account all that kind of stuff. So then that's what their podcast is, where they literally just build these. And then it's really cool because they're both wrestlers. So they're doing this, but then they're also coming up with stories. So they'll run that simulation and they'll tell them who wins, but then they'll actually sit there and be like, oh yeah, totally. So like Kurt Angle got him in the angle lock, and then, you know, he flipped out of it and hit him with a pedigree or whatever. So it's cool because they actually talk about like in their minds what it would be like if they booked it. So
Damn, that's
it's pretty fun. It's
That's
cool.
cool.
So Ox Haney and Nathan Sims are 2 really cool wrestlers from this area that you should check out if you get the opportunity.
Nathan Sims sounds familiar. Like
That's
I
Joshua
know.
Lane.
Nathan Sims?
Yeah, that's his wrestler name.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I meant there was a guy that me and you knew. I don't know whose house we used to go over to. Maybe Bobby's?
Peralt? Did we go to Bobby?
Me and you hung out when my ex
Mm-hmm.
like was cheating on me or whatever, and I was like, I need to hang out with you, and you're like, we can go beat that dude's ass right now, and I was like, maybe just hang out with me, and then we went over with you.
Back when I was young and wild.
But I don't remember
Like I
whose
could kick
house.
anyone's ass, and people were like, "You could kick his ass, Cody," and I'll stand there and cheer.
I
Like,
got
yeah,
your
fuck him up,
back.
Cody. You're
Yeah.
bigger than me.
But I can't remember who the fuck's house we went over to. It was
Dude,
like It was like a house party, and like there was people on the roof, and me, you, and Kip sat in the back near a fire.
Was that when I almost got arrested because the cops showed up, and then
there was no real drama at this one.
Okay, never mind.
I don't want to say who your girlfriend was at the time because I don't know if that's like a problem or.
No, there's no problem.
Sylvia.
Yeah. Okay.
Sylvia.
Yeah. So the one I'm thinking.
And then I went with Savannah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I want to say it was Bobby's house because like
I don't think I've ever been to Bobby's house.
Maybe it wasn't. I don't know whose house it was.
It might have been this dude named Johnny, who's a really cool dude, who's like real good. He did a bunch of construction for a long time. It was probably his house, which is the house that, if I remember, the cops did show up once, and I was actually smoking weed in the car.
We went in there.
And I got lucky.
We went in whoever's house it was, his bedroom.
Okay.
And like, we knew them. Like, we know them.
Yeah.
Don't know who though.
Okay.
Yep. But I thought that was maybe Nathan's house or something.
I don't know.
But I know Nathan was there. This guy that I'm talking about, I don't know his name for shit.
The only Nathan Blackman, like the one that was in Vagrants back in the day?
No.
Maybe. There's Big Nathan, who's Josh's friend, who is like 6'6" and like literally 350 pounds or something.
This dude's like y'all's size and like shaved head. Yeah, I don't know. Could be anybody. Could be anybody.
Could literally be anybody.
Harris? Nathan Harris, maybe? He's a cool dude.
Maybe pull that shit up while
he's got he's Turkish descent. He's like got darker skin. I'm just gonna look up on Facebook. I'm typing in Nathan, and I'm just gonna name off everyone I'm friends with.
I can only go off pictures.
There's a Nathan Klein. Oh, no, never mind. That dude's not even my friend.
If you don't find Nathan Harris.
Well, here's Nathan Harris.
Right,
this is Nathan. He's dad.
You said Turkish, so we're gonna.
He said Turkish.
He worked at LPU as well. That dude. Is that him?
No.
Because I don't think we ever partied at his house.
And we're good.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. Which is wild, because I thought I knew the guy. I mean, I do know the guy. Don't know the guy, though.
I do like, though, that, like, for this area, where you've been like, yeah, there are people on the roof, and it's like, that doesn't narrow it down at all. That doesn't even narrow down the house. It's
it
like,
was a...
Yeah, it sounds
like
a party in Pensacola. Like,
what do you call an apartment where it's, like, split in the middle like a house? It's not...
Townhome? Duplex?
See, I would have said duplex, but I thought since I saw that fucking movie with Drew Barrymore and...
Is that what it was? It was a townhome split up?
No, it was like a house, but it just was a wall in the middle, and then on
Duplex.
this side is where we did the thing. And then...
That was definitely Johnny's house.
Okay.
It was definitely Johnny's house. Because that's where I was going a lot at that time, and that was also, like, that was pretty heavy drinking. Or I was getting out of the heavy drinking and stuff back then, so...
Cody hit that
now we
hard,
get wild, and this will be my drink for the night, and like the first drink I've had in a minute.
Yeah. I honestly have kind of cut back on the whole drinking thing too, man. Been trying to like get back in shape and shit like that, and I haven't been.
How's that going?
Drinking. It's been good, man. It's good.
You look good. Like your arms are. I was actually thinking
Thanks,
that
man.
earlier when we were talking outside. I was like, "Damn, dude, Hilton's getting."
You called me
here.
Cody like 4 times now. It's okay.
I've been with him all day.
No, it's fine.
Baby Cody.
No, man, it's been good. Trying to get back into it, you know, because I used to do it like a couple years ago. I was working out a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to get back into good shape and shit like that. So.
I mean, you hold on to that shit now, and it'll be way easier to maintain as you get older.
Yeah.
Way easier.
I couldn't agree more.
Because I'm not in the best shape. I'm in okay dad shape. But, like, if I would have actually, like, stayed focused when I was younger and not, like, gotten lazy, like, I would be in way better shape. And it's going to take me a long time to get this gone. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it, for me, within the past, like, 6 months has just been working so much. Because I was working 7 days a week.
Yeah. And
it's like, dude, it's hard working 7 days a week and then, like, working in 2 restaurants, basically, and then trying to come home and then, like, cook yourself dinner. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's much easier just to just pick something up on the way home.
Absolutely.
Whether it, shitty food or whatever, and then just, like, go to bed, get up in the morning, go back to work.
Yeah,
it's
you don't have time to hit the gym
there's
at that
not,
point.
You know,
on top of, like, eating healthier and
I
taking care of yourself.
Dude. I will have a caveat to that because I disagree. Because I used to think that. But I work a full-time job, run this podcast, and teach jujitsu.
Yeah, but you're a man. Like, you're a man when it comes to, like, buff shit and doing cool stuff, so.
But up until a few months ago,
I'm a man too.
You are a man.
You ain't got to take measure.
Well, no, it's just look, bro. When it came to working, like literally fucking 7 days a fucking week and no days off, still recording all the damn time, like trying to come home, getting home at 11 o'clock at night or whatever the fuck it was.
And I will also
it's
say,
fucking
in Hilton's defense, not knocking what you do target wise, but being in a kitchen that much that's a different.
Yeah,
that's a different type
Dude,
of stress.
I'm not putting down either one of us as.
That's exactly what it sounded like.
No, what I'm saying is, time frame wise, when you're not there, you could be working out before or after.
That is true.
Yeah.
There are 24-hour gyms. And what I was getting to was like a few months ago, I also didn't think it was very possible. But then I was like, fuck it, we're doing this podcast. And we invested all this into it. And then I was like, given an opportunity at our gym, and I've been training like 5 days a week now, other than this week because I've been sick. Recording, editing, working. I mean, relationship.
I'm not saying it's
keeping
not possible.
friendships.
I'm just saying it's like getting back to that point from going from a routine where it's like, you know, work fucking 12 hours a day.
I went from nothing to
exactly
almost everything all at once. Like,
Cody's a badass if you can't.
No, that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is I feel like this reminds me of my dad a little bit. I think it's such a mental, like, it's a fence that you're like, oh, I can't see over that fence, so there's no way.
It is.
I do actually. I have to agree with that because that's even like.
It's gonna be fucking terribly hard.
Yeah,
it's gonna suck either way.
But once you do it and you don't think about, man, this is hard.
Yeah.
Because it's already gonna be hard. You don't need to think about how hard it's gonna be. It's gonna be. You ain't gotta think about
that's actually like what I did. Like even it's only been like a week now, but like every day, and I'm not trying to get ripped. So like I've just got little 10-pound weights, and you guys you saw on Instagram like how I set my garage up finally.
And you just bench press your baby.
I do. Yeah, that really is like that was a funny little story, but I mean I was doing that for like 15 minutes, maybe 10 because like he does get bored of it after about 10 minutes. Like at first he's like
he gets bored of it.
He's
like
when
you're like, all right,
you're like 10 deep and he's like
no, he like it's really cool. I think it's cuz like ever since he was born, I think like honestly within like maybe 2 weeks of him being alive, he was upside down every single day. Like I would make sure, not for long, but I would just flip him upside down and then put him back.
You're like, so, that's how we sleep him. We hang him in that closet.
He's a little bat baby. But like it's made it where it's like pretty impressive. Where even when I do bench press him, he'll like actually stiffen his body.
That's a weird thing to say about your kid. Yeah. You know, even when I bench press my kid,
but he'll stiffen his body up and it'll like actually look out. Like I'm like, holy shit, I got a little gymnast on my hands. Because like I'll just walk around the house and I'm not even joking, and it's not a super long time, but like a couple minutes where I'll just literally hold him by his foot upside down and just walk around. He fucking loves it. Loves it. Sick, man. It's cool.
And this is why later on in life, math is going to be hard.
What?
I said, this is why later on in life, math is going to be hard. Because he spent half his childhood upside down. He's probably, like, I see letters, but why numbers in there?
What numbers is? Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, we haven't brought this up yet since we've been hanging out. Fucking moose screeching, bro.
Oh yeah, dude.
Banger.
You like it?
You like it? Also, when's the merch coming out?
So fucking funny.
Holy shit. Thank you. I was really proud of that.
Dude,
I put a lot of work into that. Thank you. Like I remember I shot it and I finished the edit and it was like, so we started shooting, me and Isaac, maybe like noon or 1. We went out there.
That's just your backyard.
Well, right? Not my backyard, but
I thought that was that big breakaway in the back.
I mean, it is, but it's not my backyard.
Oh,
so. But it's basically my backyard because you walk out my back, and then there's the power lines right there with the dirt road, and you take a right, and then you walk like 5 minutes, and then that creek runs through runs over there. It's called Pond
Creek.
You said it in the
Lake,
that's that
Lake
there,
River.
Yeah,
that's at Pond Creek right there.
That might be it. I can't remember. And honestly, I don't want people to really know where I live. So, anyways, it was a Hamilton Creek over there in
that's Poland,
Memphis,
Springs.
Florida.
Yeah.
You know,
luckily that creek
Paris,
does run
Florida.
Aquafina
Hills
Park.
But so we shot it, and then it was really cool. it was super fun, and it took us a few hours. And then obviously I gave him like a lot of breaks, so we would do one little part of filming, and then we would play.
Yeah.
And then we.
How much did you have to pay him?
Nothing. He's my kid. So.
Wow.
What?
Actually, like
Damn,
I really.
You hit a lick with that one, bro.
I'm trying to start him off like young with production and stuff, and like.
Doing shit for
Getting
me
used
for
to it,
free.
bro.
yeah.
I'm trying to get as much out of him as I can.
Yeah. But
Before he starts asking for pay. Once he starts talking, that's the first thing he's gonna say.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey,
who gets paid around here?
Yeah.
where my money?
He gets paid in toys, lots and lots of toys. So, but yeah, we shot it, and then it's probably noon to like 4 maybe. We shot the whole thing, and it really was like it. I don't even know where it came from. Like I was playing with him, and he made a noise, and then I screeched back at him, and then I was thinking about my friend Brett, who's a hunter / blues player / cannabis company owner / guitar rep. A bunch of shit.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about him, and he was telling me how he wanted to go moose hunting, and then I started thinking about reality stuff, like reality TV that I've worked on, and I was just like, I really want to make something that shows like I get the general gist of reality TV, especially like more adventure type stuff. So it's like, fuck it, like, well, what would it be like if a moose was in Florida? And then we just started shooting it, and I just came up with shit as we went, and then I edited till like 11 p.m. maybe midnight. No, it was like 1:30 in the morning or something. But I remember Brett lives in Washington, so he's 2 hours behind, so I was like, I know he'll be up. So I called him, and I was just like, dude, made my magnum opus, I'm done, I can retire now. I made the best thing I've ever made in my life. 3.5 minutes of nonsense.
That's wild.
That shit was so sick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got to put that out on YouTube.
Yeah, I that's my goal, is like, so for anybody that wants to know, instead of Kitty, I go by probably Josh Shelton most of the time. And so I'm going to make a YouTube channel called Probably Josh Shelton. That'll be for my funny stuff. And then I'll have a podcast as well called Probcast, and that'll be its own separate entity. But we were talking about this earlier. Like, I do have a bunch of funny shit I've made over the years, and I need to compile it, because like that's my problem. Is like I like to just make stuff and get it out, and like obviously, like anyone else, it feels really good when people watch it. But I'm not so much concerned about views and shit as I am of just making the stuff.
But you need to have a hub where people
so
can see
people
all of it.
Yeah, because that's my problem, right? Is like,
It's
I
like
have
things
stuff
here and things here.
Yeah,
It's
if you
like
go on
all
my
spread.
Instagram, it's somewhere, and then if
Yeah.
you go on my Facebook, it's somewhere, and then I do have a YouTube channel that has just like random. There's definitely nothing that's concise.
Connecting all the
Yeah. So I got to work on that, and that's like my big goal this year, is to somehow make all of that make more sense. Which is why I want to have Probcast, and then I already have a YouTube channel for probably photography, but I want that to be more like my pretty
It's
stuff.
like the professional kind
Yeah,
of
so that way, because like I don't need, if I'm applying for like, assistant camera job or whatever job to like a reality show or whatever, they don't need to see moose screeching. Like I definitely
I'd like to argue.
I will definitely have like a segment of that in my reel, but they need to see all my like professional stuff.
It's like achievements on your resume, and you're like moose screeching.
What is that?
I called a moose in Florida. What have you done?
I did. Yelled at it. Yelled back.
Yelled back.
I'm really proud of those teeth, man. That was like, when I put that on there, I just remember, and then putting Steve Buscemi's eyes on for like the very last fucking flash.
God.
But I was just like, I don't know what this is, but this is art, man. Like, this is
Something about
I've done
this.
something with my life.
When are you actually coming out with shirts?
I want to. So I made that design, and I really want to do it. I was thinking about reaching out to like maybe Michael Silver, or maybe not him, but like his t-shirt company, whoever runs that. I don't know, because he's like fucking Pensacola Bruce Wayne, so I don't want to waste his time with a run of 25 shirts. But whatever his company is, so I can keep it local. My problem is because when I designed the shirt, I didn't think about it, and I gotta ask him or his representative or whatever, because I designed it with that very specific tie-dye print. Was my thought, but then I was like, fuck, I designed it to this tie-dye print. I don't even know if I can get this tie-dye print, and if I do, then it's like the way the spiral is and stuff, that shit's gonna look weird. Right. So I want to do a small run, like maybe 25 shirts to start with, and do like, so what that'd be 5 small, 5 medium, 5 large, 5 extra large, 5 XXL, I guess.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then, so I'm going to reach out to them and be like, so is it smarter just to put this on a black shirt or a white shirt to start with? Or is there a way that we can find this print? Like, because I still have the file I saved to make the shirt. So it's like I remember that was off of like a company that sells them. So it's like, can I just buy this shirt and then have you guys print it? How does this work?
Right.
'Cause I have no idea.
There's a sick thing that like at Cass does. Like Cass, she has like her art on shirts. But when you go on her website, it's like you get to pick the shirt, the design, the color, everything.
Okay.
I need to reach out. I already reached out to her, but I guess she didn't see the message. But
Yikes.
I want to be on that type of thing because it's like you pay per shirt. You don't have to have like a backlog of inventory. You know what I'm saying?
That's
they're
cool.
So you go,
almost.
you go on the
That's
website,
cool.
you pick exactly how you want it, so the customer's happier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
if you.
I don't know how that breaks down. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
you get more money that way and spend less, or like what. I
Honestly,
assume the company takes a cut from you just having it.
I was gonna say honestly, for that first run, like obviously I'd like to make a little bit of profit, but like I really just want to sell them, and like if I could even just get my money back for that first run, which obviously like I'm a business owner, so like I am thinking profit, but I'm just curious, like would 25 people buy this shit?
Yeah. Did we give you a sticker?
Bro.
Yeah, it's on my it's on the Propcast glass table already.
Oh, yeah.
I did a little story shouting you guys out, remember? And then you put it to you put hearts and stuff around it, and then I reshared it and put it to Velvet Underground song.
I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm here today.
Well, I can tell you, if you do that, you got 2
Oh,
shirts
yeah.
sold for sure.
Okay, sweet.
Sorry.
He
It-
just remembered.
I
Did
do
you
like.
see the delay?
I'm downloading at our Wi-Fi speed. My
Yeah.
thing's like 79%. You're still talking, and I'm like
Yeah.
85%, and you're like give me a few minutes.
That's funny.
Yeah, because you did not at the same time.
Yeah. So his is right next to yours. I put
Yeah.
them together.
That's what I-
and I've got both of these right next to each other. So.
And I gave Cheese the other one, like the other little one we
Oh,
had.
word.
Yeah, I've actually got
Other
an
than
extra little one of these. And
Did you get the
another
magnet
little-
he gave us?
Yeah, it's sitting on my fridge.
That's sick.
Yeah, those things are sick, dude. I love the little one's so sick. But yeah, what I was saying is, if you do that run, you got I'll rock the shit out of that shirt,
Okay, cool.
bro.
I
100%.
was pretty because I've
100%.
never really designed a shirt before, but I was like, this turned out pretty cool. Like I'm really,
Oh, yeah, dude.
it was fun to put together.
We want to do ours and just have like, I'm not gonna say the design yet, but we have one for what will be our first design. But if we can do it like Cass does hers,
And Cass was the chick you had on here
Yep.
not too long ago, right?
Yep.
I haven't gotten to watch that one yet.
she has really cool art. You should check out.
Okay, cool.
Really,
Oh,
it's like
she's
very custom, like
bro.
how this looks so custom, and like how
Yeah.
your videos are so custom, and it's like all the people we know have such a unique touch to their own thing. Like you can tell when you see it that it's theirs.
Cool.
Yeah, they've got their own signature basically of
Yeah,
their
yeah.
style. You know, she's got her art is
What does she do? Draw,
Awesome,
paint, or digital?
She draws. I mean, she does.
it's digital media stuff,
Cool,
but
yeah.
but she just started doing
I think when she
short-
first started,
like
it
short
was
videos.
drawing though, but
Right,
It's
right.
come to
but
digital.
it's become the digital style stuff. But
Very
she
cool.
just did her first not cartoon. What's it?
animation.
Animation,
Oh, sweet.
It's like
Yeah.
a movie. It almost looks like a GIF
cool.
dude.
on our phone. We
So
have
it's on
it.
a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
super cool though, man.
Do you
Her
know a
shit's
kid
awesome.
named Muhammad? Like he's friends with Dallas, the dude that you want to have on.
Yeah, no, I don't know Muhammad. I actually don't know if I know any Muhammad, to be honest with you.
His like thing on Instagram is Muhammad Skates. Not that you know that because you just said that, but he like is a musician now.
Okay.
Like that's like his passion, and they date. So like
Him and Cass.
yeah, so it's a very creative house. Is
That
what
is
I'm
very
getting
cool.
at.
He's
And like their other roommate is also like a designer, like a digital designer and like producer of music, right?
yeah, he's
What
he's
is his
part
name?
of After Party. His name's Caillou. He
Caillou.
works,
So
yeah, he lives with them, but he does a lot of the
I think that's who
producing.
was just here.
Caillou.
Probably.
Is
Caillou
he a?
Cardoso?
Is that's not his actual name?
Yep.
It is his name.
Yeah, that's his name. Caillou
I
You're
meant-
like, there's no way that's his actual.
Well, the
Yeah.
only
Wait, that's
reason,
his
no, that's fine.
the only reason I asked is because when I was waiting at the airport once for Miriam to pick me up, I met a dude who went by Caillou, but that was not actually his name. So I'd be like, oh shit, I met that dude at the airport.
It
But
could have been him.
Now,
Who knows?
tall, lanky, white dude.
No,
No.
definitely
No.
not.
So if he is listening, if you happen to listen to this, no offense to what I'm about to ask, but he almost looks Egyptianish. He has like real
He's
pretty
Brazilian.
eyes.
Yeah, he's a beautiful
Okay.
human being.
Yeah, very, very
so pretty.
I don't want to
Caillou-
say cute.
Caillou, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful specimen.
He a
100%.
handsome guy, bro.
He's so handsome.
That area of Africa, dude, there really is like
Brazilian?
He's Brazilian?
Yep.
Well, you said Egyptian. Okay. You said Egyptian.
I did. I was asking, and he said Brazilian, but you were like, no, for sure Egyptian.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't catch that.
Brazil?
Yeah, Brazil, Africa.
Yeah.
It's over there. You know, when Pangea was all together.
Yeah, we're all from the same rock. It's fine.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, dude.
That was no
Brazilians
disrespect,
are
by the
pretty,
way. Just
they really are very
they're
pretty
so
human beings.
Gorgeous, dude. They're awesome. But he's part of a group called After Party, which is like a hip hop crew.
Okay.
And Gordon, which is the other part of After Party, lives across the street. I went to high school with both of them. Yeah. And so he lives with Muhammad. So literally everybody in that household is just constantly creating and like. So I can imagine that
pretty much our tight knit, or at least our. I don't even know what you call it. Like our friends group, everybody is super creative.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Me, you, Hilton.
I mean, you
all of
attract
them.
like minds, right?
Right.
True.
Plus, like, honestly, like, I mean, I do know some people that aren't.
I say that, but we're just fucking talking on a podcast.
No, but you are
How creative. Are we?
No, because he cooks, which is a form of creativity. You like making new dishes, and then even jujitsu, you have to be creative. You have to be innovative to do that, right? Because you have to like. Obviously, you know the basics, but like someone comes at you with something, you might have to change on the fly. Right. You have to come up with a new way.
There's no concrete way of doing things.
And this is creative, right? So even if it's like having that on your wall, only a creative person would want that on your. Granted, that's cheese, so that that's still,
his out of his mind.
Collaboration,
but it was our idea to have it up
still,
there.
It would take a creative person to want to do any of this, even the podcast.
Also, you think about the topics we talk about on here.
Yeah. And
sure, we write things down, but an hour out of the hour and a half that we talk about shit is just stuff that we either come up with or go on rants about. So it's like,
and you attract that, right? You attract creative people. Like if you're a creative person, you attract that. That's why like my longest friendships that lasted all the way from middle school are Brett, Kip, Peyton. I guess those would be the main three because Josh wasn't until high school that I met him. But like, yeah, my oldest friends. I'm not gonna name everyone because it would take forever. But still, like those friendships that I hold dearest are like the most creative people I've ever met, and that's why we stayed friends. Is because we always pushed each other, and it was always like, dude, like, what's the next shit? What's the next thing you're gonna do? What's always proud of in the present, but also like, tell me your plans.
Yeah. You know what really pushes me forward in life is like. Everybody gets bogged down by the job they have or the thing that makes them the most unhappy. And I don't know where I read this or where I heard this, but...
Probably Alan Watts.
Probably not, but I read or heard this somewhere that if you have trouble with like depression or anxiety or anything...
Stop being a bitch.
Something like that. It's similar. Hey, bro, I have anxiety. I don't care.
I do too. I'm just joking.
Yeah, honestly, I let it override me at times where it's like it feels like I'm paralyzed and I don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. But in those moments, I just try to like let my body physically take over and just do. Mm-hmm. Instead of like my mental.
Get your mind out of it.
Yeah,
that's the thing that I think is really important that people I wish understood more. Is it's really cool we have a brain. It's really awesome. Brains are cool. It doesn't mean you have to think all the time. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with like literally clearing your mind and like not thinking about stuff. Like honestly, that shows maturity. It really does show that you have a grasp of your mind. If you're able to sit for even 30 seconds and a thought comes into your mind and you instantly cast it out. Yeah. Like that's a good thing.
And I don't
where the hell was I going?
I don't know. I'm sorry I cut you off.
To further
I had
what
such
you're
a deep
saying,
thought.
I'm sorry, I fucked that up. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, like so. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm gonna forget mine anyway. It's okay.
Get it out.
Continue.
So, like to deal with I don't think I have depression, and if I do, it's like the most smallest of all time. Mm-hmm. But I know I have anxiety, and it is also not the biggest. Like I'm sure people have way worse cases, but something that's helped me in life is like when you have something to look forward to, like you were just saying, pushing, like what's the next thing? Typically when I have nothing that is the next thing coming up, like I would find myself with nothing going on, and then I'd be like, I'm gonna get me and Hilton tickets to go see like a comedy show, or like go see Vans Warped Tour, or I'm gonna do something like that, or I'm gonna look into
escapism.
Yeah. So those things help me deal with the like. Again, I don't think I have depression, but like whatever that feeling is or anxiety, those things help me like
Forget about it or
it helps me like I wouldn't say forget about it. It helps me detract from it. It helps distract me. It helps because I can like focus on that thing and I'm like, yes, this thing will always be here, this like anxiety or this whatever it is, but I have to focus on this because this is like there's a time frame to this. This is about to happen like say it's going to happen in summer. Well, I have to be ready for it when it happens. So, like, I might get anxiety about that alone, but, like, I have to. Like, it has to happen. Anxiety will always be here, at least the way that it has been for me. And it comes and goes, gets heavier, gets lighter, but those things help me. So, like, that whole pushing forward thing, I think that's why I'm so... whatever you want to call me. Yeah, like, that's why I'm always, like, trying to do that. Like, an example of that is, like, when I was a white belt, when I first started jiu-jitsu, I bought my blue and my purple belt.
Because you knew one day you would have
Yeah, so it was, like, a goal. So it's, like, don't focus on the anxiety of, like, man, will that ever happen? Focus on, like, I have it, so now it has to happen.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And you can't always be in control of when.
Couldn't have been better words.
I mean, that's the Jim Carrey shit, right? Dude fucking wrote himself $1 million check, kept that shit in his pocket until it happened.
Yeah.
Which, like, I mean, going with like, a lot of people like
how many people have done that? Probably a lot of people, but he made it happen. That's the difference.
Yeah, and not all. So there, I'd say 50-50. I mean, I don't know Jim Carrey, but I would hope he would agree with this.
Also, you should watch if you haven't seen it.
Actually,
his comedians with cars getting coffee.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The one with him. It's the first episode on Netflix.
Check it out.
Yeah, because he talks a lot of stuff.
He's a brilliant human being.
His art is in it.
It's beautiful. And his documentary about him being Andy Kaufman on Man of the Moon.
Yes, I saw that.
Made me cry.
Yes.
Several times.
I've seen that, and
his mind is like so. I mean,
I think
he's one of the greats that's still alive, which is insane.
Did I ever tell you guys that I'm granted this is a memory that is shrouded in some abuse, but I'm fairly certain I met him once, like 45%. So when I was like 9, maybe 9, and it would have been about the time that he was coming up, but Paul took us to Vegas once for like a week or something.
You're talking about like In Living Color days, or before that?
I mean, In Living Color, I think was like even before I was born. Wasn't that like late 80s, or was that
In Living Color was like early 90s?
Like 91, 92 maybe?
Yeah, I think the last days of In Living Color was around like 95, 96.
Okay, so regardless, like, I knew who the fuck Jim Carrey was.
Yeah.
But
because movies came after that.
I'm fairly certain like pre-millennium, like pre-Backstreet Boys 2000. So, good album. So we went to Vegas, and all my memories are very hazy, but I do remember this happening. We're sitting... We were sitting in our seats, me and my mom.
Where are you at? Like on a plane or
airplane?
Okay.
To Vegas, like from wherever our connecting flight was, and a guy sits down next to us
and goes, "Alrighty then."
He looked just like Jim Carrey. He talked about how he was supposed to be first class, and no biggie. It sucks, but he's ridden all the way in the back before. Laughed the entire time. I was frozen in fear. Like, not fear, but just awe, where I was like, I think that's Jim Carrey. Like, my hero is sitting in front of me. And I could be wrong. I was also a kid. Yeah. But I remember just, like...
So we romanticize things. Yeah. But it sounds like you remember pretty good.
Yeah, so this is, like, I have, actually, it's funny, because...
You were going from here to Las Vegas? And he was on the plane from here to Las Vegas?
No, from wherever our connecting flight was.
Oh, okay.
So, wherever that was. But I remember we were on the way to
I was about
Vegas.
to say, for sure not him.
No, definitely
not.
not.
In Pensacola.
Definitely not.
Hanging in Pensacola.
But we were for sure...
Got a summer home here.
We were for sure it was on the way to Vegas. Because I remember him saying something, he had something big... He didn't really talk about it a lot, but he said he had something big to do in Vegas. And I swear to God, he looked just like him. And like I said, I don't have very many memories from my childhood. Like, even Kip, like, I joke with him because even, like, 6th grade and on, he's like my memory holder because I had a lot of fucked up stuff happening to me. So like he'll tell me memories and I'm like, I do not remember that. And he's like, I got you, bud. Like,
You looked at him for like fact check. You're like, fact check?
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
he just
Like
gives
I'll
you
ask
thumbs
him.
up, he's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I'll be like, did that shit happen
That
or
shit
not?
never
But this is
happened.
one of those that is
It's like
literally
burned into your fucking memory.
burned
at this
into my
point,
brain. So like I remember just seeing him and it was just
When
like,
he hears this, he texts you. He's like, that totally did not happen.
yeah.
That was not.
Yeah, it was not me. But I just remember like he was supposed to be in first class and he was so funny and he kept me entertained that whole plane ride. And then he just
Y'all had
like,
interaction or you were just watching?
he was sitting right next to my mom. Like
Oh, so
he
y'all had,
got-
like, conversation
He got
shit.
kicked back from
Wow.
first class for some reason
Yeah.
and got stuck in the seat next to us. So he was just talking to us, my mom mainly the whole time. But
Have you asked your mom about it?
No, I haven't. I should ask her and be like,
Yeah.
am I just crazy?
I mean, she
That's
would have
the
been in
first
her
thing
right
I'd do.
mind.
Yeah, but I just remember like when he got off the thing, he stood up, he, basically said I gotta go, and then just gave me a wink and walked away. And I remember thinking like, I just met Jim fucking Carrey. Like so I don't know. I may be
crazy.
completely
And it's
wrong.
even wilder because even in that time frame, he wasn't as big as he is.
Yeah, so it wasn't like I think it might have been like Dumb and Dumber I think came first or something like that. So like
was early shit, yeah.
big deal, but like at that precipice of going on to
becoming the
Yeah.
the most.
So he was in his stand-up career because his stand-up came before his movie.
Yeah,
career.
so maybe it was that because I remember I knew like because I knew who Jim Carrey was because that was my hero growing up. Like when people asked me like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I just want to be Jim Carrey." Like that's what whatever he
wild.
does like that.
That's what I'm gonna
That's
do.
what however he did what he did. Like that's what I want to
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's
And-
crazy.
And I mean that's changed now that I've gotten older, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't him, and maybe I'm just full of shit. But
Hey,
Well, either
no, that
way,
was him.
That is a
That was him.
that is something you should remember for the rest of your life.
I will. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like
Doesn't
cherish the
matter
rest
if
of
it
your
was
life.
him or not. It
Yeah.
was him.
yeah. For me at that moment,
That was him.
yeah. And it was cool because there was a lot of bad shit going on in my home. So it was like that little glimmer of hope. And then going to Vegas and seeing like Siegfried and Roy,
Yeah.
and we saw like one other show. And like like it was like that will always be instilled in my memory as like
Yeah.
just a really good memory.
I have a very similar style story from my childhood.
yeah.
So I remember growing up, and when we lived at my grandma's trailer, so she would have like photographs of her and Poppies and my dad and
Look at this photograph.
Uncle Boo Boo and whatnot. And I remember one of the
Did you say
photographs.
Uncle Boo Boo?
Uncle Boo Boo.
It's dope.
That's his real
Is that
name.
his real name?
His real name is Skip, so that ain't any better.
Old Uncle Boo.
Uncle Boo Boo.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think his real name is like Skip Harold Kroll
Okay.
or something. But we call him Uncle Boo Boo, or the people in the Mudden community
that's
will call
a
him
leap.
we'll call him Mr. Zip.
Okay.
He was fat. He was real quick. No.
Okay. So what's the memory here?
Anyways, so in our living room, like the way the kitchen is set up, there was like a wall in between the kitchen or a half wall in between the kitchen and the living room, and it had like those old, like how this wood is styled, and it'd be about that high, but in between had the little poles that would be square, and then it have a circle pole that twist, and then be another square part. In between there, they would have photographs in between each little pole.
Okay.
So you couldn't just like throw something through, I guess. I don't know why the poles were there.
Yeah.
But in one of those photographs, it was my grandma and my Uncle Boo Boo and Hulk Hogan.
No shit.
No shit, right?
That's dope.
And it's like Uncle Boo Boo's like this. This is Hulk Hogan, and then my grandma's like right here. Yeah, I mean he's
Yeah, there you
big. He's big as fuck, and my Uncle Boo Boo is like 6'4".
And he made him look like a dwarf.
I mean, just size wise, yeah, but they
yeah.
were like similar in height.
yeah.
I have a story after this.
Oh, bring it up. Now, right after, or like, I brought this up to my dad and my sister, and my dad's like, never seen that photo. I bring this up to my sister. My sister's like, yeah, dude, never seen that photo. And I was like, y'all just weren't paying attention. And I was like, y'all don't remember him coming? Like, I distinctively remember seeing the photo, which means he had to have came.
To the house?
To the house.
Now you make me not want to ask my mom because it's like,
Dude,
I, don't
I
wanna
know.
fuck this memory
Like,
up for
we're gonna
myself.
ruin a lot of childhood memories. Now, yes, the picture was taken in the kitchen, in front of the
So who
kitchen
was the
sink.
dude?
Apparently, the photo does not exist.
It is. I mean, that's like. I mean, the very first podcast.
I'm talking fucking.
We talked about Mandela effect and all
Yeah.
that. Like, it is possible.
Oh, it definitely exists.
But it exists.
They're dumb as shit.
I believe in you.
It exists. He was wearing his red Hulkamania shirt with jeans. His white.
What if it was just a really buff dude that it was Halloween?
It's Halloween. It's Halloween in the Bobo household.
Hey, guess what?
But it just happened to be like a really buff.
And guess what? And guess what? You saw Jim Carrey.
I did.
And guess what?
You saw a picture of Hulk
That's
Hogan.
fucking
Hulk Hogan
right.
was there.
And guess what? It happened.
Okay, let me tell you the story real quick.
Okay.
So we're in Tampa. This is in like, I was probably in 5th grade, 6th grade, something like that. We go down to Tampa to spend a week. It was like spring break or something.
This is with school or family?
No, this is with actually my little brother and one of our homies that was a grade between us. So he was like our only friend that was in between our ages. So we both like hung out with him a lot.
Y'all are 2 grades apart?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was in between. I think he was a grade right below me, but he was close enough in age where we would both hang out with him. He wasn't like my older friends that I hung out with, so we did a lot of shit with him. And his mom had timeshare down in Tampa at like a condo type thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we get down there to hang out for the week on the beach and like go do whatever. And we go to, did you guys ever see that movie Dolphin Tales or whatever?
It sounds super familiar, but I can't.
It's the dolphin that lost its tail,
saw the movie,
and then
but
they
I know
built
of it.
like a robotic tail for this dolphin to keep it alive. I can't remember the name of it.
So basically, the dolphin doesn't control it.
Is this a documentary or is this like?
It's like
it's
movie.
a Disney movie.
It's like a Disney movie, but it's based on a true story.
Let's pause for a second. So the dolphin doesn't get to control it, so
No,
it's just always moving.
No, the dolphin.
The dolphin's
controls
like,
it.
I
It's
gotta
like a
stop, dude.
It's like a prosthetic for a dolphin. It's like the first one they've ever done. Why they
But what
do it? Don't
controls
know.
it to move?
The dolphin does. What are you not understanding about prosthetic on a dolphin? Don't get it.
Okay.
It's the
Never
tail.
seen one?
It's fake
Okay,
tail.
we'll continue.
It's fake tail.
I want to see where
so they
this
put
is
the
going.
tail on the dolphin so the dolphin can still move around and live, right? And so we go to this, it's like an aquarium thing, and they do the whole show, or what? Not really a show, but it's like, okay, here's the dolphin, and here's the tail. And like, so we're
That's a
leaving
special
there.
show.
We're leaving there to go to lunch maybe, or dinner. And we're driving in his minivan, and out of nowhere,
The dolphin?
no, there's like it's a 69 black and red Charger with a big
Blower on it?
yeah, like a big blower out front of it, right? Pulls up next to us. Windows are down. We look over.
Please
it's Hulk
do-
Hogan
okay.
and his son
Fuck yeah.
in the car next to us, and we're like, "What the fuck?"
He resides down there
In Miami,
Florida
yeah.
somewhere.
And
So
we
that
are-
is true.
We are driving in the minivan. We realize who it is. We open the minivan door, the sliding door, and we're like, "Woo!" Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, fucking freaking out. And then
Yeah.
he's like, "Look," and he like gives us one of these motherfuckers, and we're
he's
like,
Hulk Hogan,
"We
my
just
man."
fucking," like we didn't even meet him, but we were all, everybody's freaking the fuck
So
out.
this is unlike our story.
That for sure happened.
Yeah, that for
happened.
sure happened.
Those for sure
100%.
happened.
We're like
Y'all
stories
for
being
sure
hit for like
happened.
75%.
Yeah.
But it for
You
sure
You brought up,
happened.
you brought up Hulk
I do have
Hogan.
one more
You
crazy.
have witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. People were with us.
Yeah,
No witness.
my only witness is my mom, and now I'm scared to ask her 'cause I'm probably wrong. So I do have one more like cool celebrity. I
Right,
did
right.
fuck
Go ahead.
Bruce Willis once, and no, not really.
Okay.
Wow.
I have a cool celebrity story. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like nothing cool happened. But I used to work at the airport.
It's
and,
cool, but it's not cool.
And sometimes you would have nothing going on because no plane could land for the day, but you
Yeah.
would be there on the clock, so you get paid. Sometimes the like gate agents, or
Gagents? That's what we call them in the...
we can't say that anymore.
Gagents? Gate agents, bro.
Just like Adar, you know what I'm saying? You can't say.
Okay.
You can't say Gator anymore.
Whoa, didn't say that. Y'all
I
saw
said
that.
it. Legally.
He said that.
Cancel me, motherfucker.
Legally.
How dare you.
Oh. No,
I
Already
wish a
own my
motherfucker
house.
would.
What are you gonna do?
wow, that just made me feel a little insecure. 2 people in this room own houses.
You'll get there,
I'm
bro.
living in one of their houses.
You'll get there.
It'll happen.
I'm
But
the
you're welcome
oldest.
here- but you're
That's
welcome
fine.
here.
I'm the oldest.
You're welcome here as long as you want.
Hey
buddy.
man, life's not a journey; it's a race, bro. Like
You're like,
and we're winning.
We're up front.
okay, I'm just gonna watch.
You're good. No, you'll get there.
Yeah, where was that?
Gator?
Your gate
Airport.
something celebrity
airport. So like when you have nothing going on, you'll try to help out the gate agents sometimes, or anything. They'll just be like, yo, go do this. Well, one of the gate agents is like, yo, we need to have a chaperone because somebody's here and they can't be left alone. And normally that means like a underage kid, like 12, 13, 8-year-old, whatever.
Okay.
Just like you're just hanging out around them so nothing weird happens.
Okay.
And they don't tell you anything. So you're just going up there. And I get up there and it's fucking Morgan Spurlock.
I don't know who that is.
Super Size Me?
Oh, okay.
Fucking
I didn't know his
blew
name.
my mind instantly.
That's
I was
cool.
almost frozen because it's not that like, I mean, I had seen it before I hung out with him, but it was like it was like a gut check. It was like you weren't prepared for that.
Yeah, you were picturing.
There's no lead up.
You were picturing like walking up there and some little kid being like, and then I saw, and there was a balloon, and then we flew, and then so the color there was a blue one, and then we went over the. But then it's like, what's up, dude? I made a documentary that made millions of dollars.
Yeah. Dude, and I walk up and I first see a kid because he has a son there with him.
Oh, okay.
And at the time his son maybe was like 7.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's the kid, and I haven't rounded the corner. And the gate agent's name is Hot Dog. I know that's like
That's cool.
off topic.
Cool nickname.
Agent.
Anyway, so I like see Hot Dog and I see the kid. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's the kid. And then I'm rounding the corner more because like the way the tunnel is set up.
Yeah.
And I see Morgan and I'm like, holy shit. I was like, that kid is so close to Morgan Spur. Like, that's crazy. I wonder if we can like talk to him.
Yeah.
But then I'm the type of person that sees like a celebrity and I'm like, I probably should not talk to that person because they get everybody talking to
We were
him.
talking about that earlier because I saw fucking Jimmy Uso today. And,
I was like, I don't want to be the guy to crowd him. Talk about that next.
Celebrity. Actually, I did have another celebrity story because I saw Jimmy
Talk
Uso
about that next because
today.
I want to bring that up.
Yeah, so...
I wasn't done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Asshole.
Oh, I thought you were saying... I'm
said
sorry.
next.
No. But anyway, so I'm like hanging out with him. And then the hot dog guy, he's like, hey... Don't talk to him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be bothered. Just be hanging out near him. And I'm like, okay, cool. So they go to the like cafe in the airport.
I mean,
really.
Can I interject for a second?
Go ahead.
You're the Super Size Me guy.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Like you're not.
No. It wasn't him.
Oh.
He didn't say he didn't want anybody talking to him. But everybody in the airport was like, yo, this is a celebrity. Don't fuck this up. Like, do not talk to him.
I thought it was him.
I mean, fucking look at me. I looked like this.
You thought it's, the super.
I don't know why they sent me.
Yeah.
But nobody. Okay. I guess I know why they sent me. They didn't know what was going on. They were just like, send somebody. Yeah. They sent me because I had nothing going on.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that's cool because I'm on that same vibe too. I'm not trying to fuck with you, dude. I'll just like chill.
Absolutely.
Just sitting near him. Couldn't be cooler. Cool as a cucumber. What do you need, babe? Like talking to his little son. He was like such a good dad. Like all these things you hope these people are. Yeah. He exactly was.
That's cool.
And I walked into his like gate and he's like, hey man, thanks. Appreciate you.
Fuck yeah.
And I was like,
that's good.
That's all I needed. Didn't need a photograph. Didn't need anything.
Oh yeah. That's how it goes.
Couldn't be happier. Did you see a sequel to Super Size Me? Mm-mm. It was like it's about like Chick-fil-A basically.
Okay.
He wanted to do a healthy version of that to see if it could be done, and he raises like chicken from scratch, like
baby chickens.
Yeah, like he owned
free range.
Yeah, an entire like silo or whatever they're called of chickens from scratch, growing them the right way. How profitable that can be to see like how Big Chicken does it. But that's like my like weird only real, I guess, only because I know for sure that was him. That's like my only real celebrity story in my entire life.
Cool. That's cool.
Other than what you're about to talk about, I've also met that person. Mm-hmm. So have you. But go ahead.
Jimmy Uso. Because it's cool. I mean, the whole Samoan dynasty.
He's a wrestler.
Is in Pensacola. So he
has a twin. They do tag team for WWE.
The Uso brothers.
You've seen him.
He's coming
I
to
promise you.
Yeah. Yeah, because he shops around here.
Okay, then. But see, that's my thing. I probably know exactly.
He's just not as into wrestling, so that's probably why.
I have no idea.
I mean, even like
you're gonna end up getting into it and being like, "Holy shit!"
Well, this is what we need to talk about this after. Yeah. We've been watching way too much.
We got him into wrestling.
Bro.
It's awesome.
Way too much.
Me, him, and Dallas got him into wrestling.
Isn't it? It's cool.
We sent him a Crisp and Raw highlight.
It's been so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Dude.
Before Jimmy, what are we watching? We watching old school? We watching
Attitude Era.
Old school stuff. Yeah. Attitude Era stuff.
It's dope, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
dude.
good shit.
Oh, my God.
I sent him the King of the Ring, or the No, yeah, it's the King of the Ring one. Kurt Angle fought Shane McMahon, suplexed him through the glass.
The thing that was
3
literally on the
fucking
"Don't try this at home" fucking disclaimer for like years, probably still is. Yeah,
Dude,
all
insane.
kinds of matches. Send him like a highlight of the fucking damn. What is his finisher called?
Who?
Chris Benoit's where he jumps and he just headbutts.
Flying headbutt.
Yeah, flying headbutt
from the top, like that shit blew my mind. When I first watched it, I was like, "What in the fuck is going on?" This dude's first off, this guy's crazy, and then I was like,
"Have you watched?"
And then I watched like the rest of the lineup at that time, and I was like, "Oh, they're all doing shit like this."
Dude, you need to watch my favorite match, or probably one of my favorite matches of all time. It was, I think, SummerSlam, and it's a TLC match, and it was a triple threat tag team TLC match.
Yeah, you're talking about the first.
I think I talked about this last time we were on the podcast, but
maybe
because that was the first match that Isaac ever got to see. Because I sat down and I was like, okay, let's make it a good one.
So
6 months old and watching TLC.
He needs to watch that. Now,
99,
what even brought us up on this was like me and Dallas were talking about like his dream merch, and what he wanted was like the Dudley shirt or Chris Benoit, and like.
Chris Benoit would be a good shirt, even with all the bad stuff that happened.
Now
later.
I'm about to show you something that's crazy.
Oh, the video? Oh my
now,
God.
I found this like 2 days before we did the Dallas podcast, and I was like, it's crazy you say Chris Benoit, because you understand what happened with him, right?
Yeah.
This came out, and I don't know when or where, because it's just like some random guy called PWG Nando's on YouTube. He just has this. Just listen to this. And you'll be able to watch it. Listeners can't see it, but.
Monday night, my wife and my children will not be watching Raw. Because I'm going to do something that is unthinkable. I'm going to leave you with my anger.
Fuck, dude.
Sleep well.
Holy shit.
Dude, does that not give you chills?
That fucked me up for hard.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Like, what is that even from?
I watched
a lot of wrestling in my life. I do not recall that.
I remember. Okay, so
that fucked me up when I saw that. I was like, "Whoa!" I felt like spooky in the house. I was like, "Oh shit!"
So I watched the no. So I've been watching like a bunch of like top 10 stuff or whatever, like lists of shit.
Yeah.
But I've watched a couple videos of like things that the WWE wants you to forget type thing. And I
that's a big one.
I watched one of the videos that had that included in it. Apparently, that was a closer that they deleted from like all of the existence of whatever that apparently aired once.
And
someone still somehow had it, and that like I said, they try to erase from everything, and that was like the number one thing, other than the whole Owen Hart thing or whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say, which is
Owen
weird
Hart was
because
the
apparently
only
there's
other one.
Spanish footage of it.
Yeah, there's a video of that.
Yeah.
I've seen
never-
the video.
Yeah, I
You've
don't
seen
want to
it?
see that.
Of him
Bro,
falling?
yeah,
I don't
it's
wanna see
fucking
that.
dude. It's gnarly.
I've never seen it. I've only heard the Spanish commentators.
I also saw the fucking I can't remember who was retiring or going to another federation, maybe, or going to AEW, I guess, or WCW at the time. But it was Shawn Michaels and Triple H all out in the ring.
All four of them. It was the curtain call.
Or whatever, curtain call.
It was Kevin Nash.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest breaks of kayfabe in
That's
history.
and that they were like,
What
that's
the
like
fuck
the number
is this
one
guy? I'm blanking on his name. Too sweet.
Too sweet.
Not Kevin Nash and
Scott
Razor
Hall.
Ramon. Yeah, Scott Hall.
Razor Ramon, Scott Hall, yeah.
And Shawn Michaels and Triple H. And they hugged because it was like they were going away, but they were
It was
staying.
kind of cool how like
Triple H got punished for it, though.
Yeah, it was cool how they did that, and then like very shortly after the Wolfpack started, NWO started, and then
Yeah, but the Wolfpack was like the off NWO.
Yeah, it was like NWO light.
Yeah.
In a sense, kind of.
It was like Sting and I want to say Ric Flair, and then
That
it
was a weird time in wrestling.
Yeah.
That whole shit just like got real weird.
dude. The fucking
The more I watch old school wrestling, the less I'm into Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you go back and watch his
He was such an
matches,
ego
even,
trip type
you
of
could
wrestler.
tell he worked stiff, and you could also tell that like he
didn't sell.
He didn't want. Yeah, he wanted you to sell. He wanted you to sell for him. Like,
But don't. Yeah, I'm not.
That's
gonna
why.
sell
Have you
for
seen that match of him and Shawn Michaels, where like Shawn Michaels like oversells? Have you seen that? That shit's so funny.
There was a top 10 of people overselling.
is
and
that the
Shawn
one where
Michaels
he goes
is on
straight
it.
on his head?
Oh
He
yeah,
goes
like
right up. He like
he hits him.
and
He hits him with something, and then literally goes vertical, and
I
then
know
like bounces
exactly
on,
what
and
you're
then like
talking about.
fucking like
Yeah.
he would throw him into the ropes, and he would like literally like fly over the ring and then keep tumbling, like,
Dude.
because like I think Hulk Hogan like refused to lose or something like that. So Shawn Michaels was like, okay, well, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna oversell to the point where this is ridiculous.
The only
where people question like, okay, maybe this shit isn't real.
The only way he would sign to WCW is if he had complete creative control over his character.
That sounds about right.
Which means if you said he lost, he says nope.
No, I didn't. Yeah, which is why NWO like took over, and that's what killed.
Yeah, because they
killed that company.
I mean, they did have losses, but if he chose it, no, he would never lose clean. Was the thing. Like he would lose because somebody interfered or there was whatever. Like
yeah, which when it started, NWO was genius, right? Because like it really was so different. It was like in black and white, and it was cool, and spray painted the title.
Well, it originally started as The Outsiders, which was before NWO, but that's what NWO became. The Outsiders was Kevin Nash and Scott Hall because they were like it was under the impression they were still with WWF.
Yeah, because they were running that storyline like they were invading.
Yes.
Even before the invasion angle.
Yeah, it was before WCW came to WWE, even though they bought them in the invasion or whatever, which was actually just a pay-per-view, but there was supposed to be an angle that lasted for years. But like they came over as the Outsiders, and then when they introduced their third character, that was the NWO.
Yeah.
And that was Hulk, which was originally supposed to be Sting, but Sting turned it down.
Oh, really? I didn't
That's
know that.
wild.
That's cool.
Can you imagine? That's just insane because there wouldn't be a dominant front runner in the group. Scott Hall would probably have been it because Kevin Nash is kind of
Razor Ramon, dude.
Oh,
he's like,
yeah.
He's really. I watched. I showed Isaac the TLC with the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian.
Yeah.
And then after that, we watched. Not one of the. I wouldn't say for. One of the earlier ladder matches, like 80 something, where it was
Shawn Michaels and
Razor Ramon.
That's the first one technically ever.
No, there's ones before.
Yeah, but that's the first one they like. They claim as like that's one that sprung it off.
The DVD that I've got though is like their second because they did two of them, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. So it's the second one. So they show footage of the first one, and then they have a second one. But anyways, yeah, like I love Razor Ramon. I loved his character, like just suave, cool, just a total badass.
You know what that's originally based off of? Scarface.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes
Which I originally thought it was based off of the Robert De Niro character off of Fear.
Okay, yeah, I could see that too.
You know, like the floral shirts he kind of had sometimes.
Yeah.
But there was a different guy in the WWE at the time that was that, and it did not go well.
Dude, Razor Ramon just has that swagger.
Yeah.
Like, he can play that, like, just douchey fucking...
You know, that was his own character he created.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
That was his idea. He's like, look, I just saw this movie, small movie at the time.
Yeah.
It's Scarface, but I have this idea for a character.
That's
what do you
cool.
think? And he's like, I don't care. Also, that's how, like, the whole fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin thing came along. They couldn't do anything with the whole ringmaster gimmick.
Ringmaster, and it was lame.
And then it was like 6 months of that, and Stone Cold was like, look, nothing's going on with this. Let me do something. And Vince was like, yeah, this isn't lasting. I don't care. Do whatever you want. If that doesn't work. And he's like, cool. And then he came up with, they gave him like 3 pages of nicknames.
They all sucked, and then his wife.
Was like, you better drink that tea before it gets stone cold. And he's like,
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah, that's a cool story. That's a really cool story.
There's so many cool wrestling stories. Like, literally, there's probably hundreds of podcasts about wrestling.
Yeah.
But you could go days and days and days. Do you watch, like, What Culture and stuff?
Yeah. That's like my...
Some of my best, like, fucking favorite YouTube.
My when I want to be mindless when I'm driving and just listen to something that like is just useless information that will only be useful when I'm doing like a podcast.
Yeah. Same
Or
thing.
meet
Like,
another wrestler.
he'll be in there, like, he'll walk into the house and I'll be cooking and I'll be watching, like, What Culture.
Yeah, I listen to that all the time. And then WrestleMania.
Oh,
Yes,
I follow
that's my
them
other
dudes,
favorite.
too.
Yeah, I listen to those a lot.
I love their breakdown of the Undertaker's theme, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's such a cool, like, little
It's like almost like a
remix.
trap.
Intro.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the-
Trap hop version of
That's wild.
By the way, Undertaker for sure favorite.
Oh
Not
yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that's a good one.
For sure, favorite. Already
I'm
decided.
so glad you're getting
Already
into
decided.
it, man. Like, it
Dude,
really makes me super excited.
Dude, I've like within the past probably month and a half, I've watched just like sitting in bed before I go to sleep, just sitting on my phone watching like hours. Of
It's
videos,
entertaining,
dude.
man. It really is. It's the man soap opera. It's
Yeah.
just a grown
Yeah.
man soap
It's like
opera.
it's for real though, dude. I fuck with it so heavy now. It's like it's awesome. I love watching some of that shit, man.
We really got to
For real.
we'll have to do a trip. Maybe April 17th potentially, because that's the next one is CWF.
You're filming
in
for?
Milton. Well, I gotta talk business with the owner. He's a really cool dude. His name's Ben Rowe. Really cool guy, but he runs CWF, Coastal Wrestling Federation, and I don't know if they're still doing it this way. For a minute, they were like in Navarre 1 month, and then they'd be in Milton the next month, and they go back and forth. I think they're just in Milton now. But Josh, one of my best friends I was talking about earlier, Nathan Sims, is a wrestler name. Like he's actually been in a feud with Ben, who's the owner of the company, and I think they have one more match, or I mean it could be more. I have no idea,
Yeah.
but like they're feuding right now, and I think it like I don't know if this last one was over like ownership of the company, or maybe that already happened, but they'll be bouting for that. And then the guy I showed you, Slingshot Shaddix, he wrestles with them a lot. I think he's still heavyweight champion.
Damn.
Well, he says, I think, what's he call himself? Like everyweight or something like that. Killer weight is what he calls himself because he's
Featherweight champion.
Because he's like 5 foot or something like that. A real small guy,
Damn.
but super athletic. Like
Yeah.
he's a cool dude. And
That's wild.
there's some cool wrestlers in this area. And then I don't know if you guys have ever seen Suicidal Soldier. He's a local wrestler. Dude is.
I want to say
nuts.
maybe you showed me something.
Dude, he's older now. I don't know if he still wrestles, but he's he's shorter than me. He's a short black dude. Like, I don't know, definitely older than me too. Dude flips. Dude, like his finisher is like a 450 splash or whatever. So full 360.
You watch WWE
full 450.
now?
Not too much, no.
Do you know who Ricochet is?
Yeah. He used to be.
Is he like that?
Yeah. Ricochet used to be on.
Might
Lucha
be the
Underground.
best talent that's underused.
Yeah, so he was on Lucha
Nowadays.
Underground, and that's where I got him because Netflix used to do Lucha Underground, which I really enjoyed because it was like more fantasy.
I didn't
mixed
know
with
that.
wrestling.
I never saw any wrestling on that other than like maybe a documentary.
Dude, Lucha Underground's really cool. I think that's what it's called, but it was running in L.A. I think, but it was like a smaller thing. But they still had like Vicky Guerrero was a big part of it. Pentagon Jr. was on it.
Okay.
A lot of Mexican cats that like
Yeah.
like lucha dudes, and then also like American style.
So
John Morrison went over there. Did
I
some
actually
stuff.
really like John Morrison
I do too.
because I didn't know
man.
this. He was on fucking Survivor.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, and he was really good on Survivor.
That makes sense.
Like he got randomly taken out because it was like a split vote, which if you got to watch Survivor to even know what all that shit is, but like he shouldn't have been taken out. It was on accident that he got taken out. But like he was such a likable person on the show, like super likable.
That's cool. He does seem just like a genuine guy.
Yeah, like he seems like he sells himself for the company. Like whatever you guys want, I'm fucking here for it because he believes in wrestling.
So,
Like there's only a few people like that, I feel.
So to bring this tangent all the way back, I saw Jimmy Uso today.
Oh yeah,
Essentially what happened was what we were talking about earlier. You don't want to bother the guy. So like I've actually been in his house because I was did the Total Divas thing. I think I talked about that last time.
We definitely talked about you like driving.
Driving Trinity.
Yeah.
Or I think I think Trinity's either her real name.
That's
or,
her real name.
And then her
Her
gimmick name's like Athena or something. Or no, Naomi.
Naomi. Yeah.
But the only reason I've been in his house is just
Very,
because I worked on
very
Total
beautiful.
Divas for 2 days. But anyways, I saw him at Starbucks today, and I wasn't gonna bother him. Like I walked in and I was taken aback because like I opened the door, I'm like, holy shit, there's one of the Usos, this tag team champion, right in front of me.
You know what's wild is like seeing somebody in real life that you don't expect to see. That is somebody you've seen on TV. Mm-hmm. For some reason, has an effect on you.
Yeah, it really does. Because that was even like
Why?
I
It
didn't.
shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah.
It makes
Actually,
you feel like,
always.
whoa, things on that
Yeah.
are real.
Yeah.
Actually, it was funny because like I walked in. Actually, I did not notice him at first. Maybe he came in after me because then I got Miriam her soy latte, and then I didn't want like a lot of caffeine, so I just wanted to get my chai latte, and they were like, we're out of chai. And then so I was making a joke, or he was like, I hate chai, so it doesn't bother me. And I was like, well, cool, then you're not who I have a problem with. Whose ass do I have to kick that you're out of chai? And he's joking. Then I turn around, and Jimmy fucking Uso's standing there, and I'm like, well, I have no room to talk about kicking ass. Like, I'm in front of a WWE
He
champion.
probably heard it and thought you were being ironic because he was there. He's probably like,
That's
yeah,
pretty
whose
funny.
ass are you gonna get?
Yeah, probably. But so then I just waited for my coffee, and nothing happened. Like I sat
Tell
there.
him what the guy said when he left.
Oh yeah, so I waited, and I looked over just to make sure, and I was like, okay, that's definitely him. And I was not gonna bother him because
He looked over. He's this close. He's like,
just
He
yeah,
looks over at nobody.
yeah.
your nose touches his
Yeah,
cheek. You're
yeah.
like, that's him.
Yeah, we were about like me and Hilton's
That's him.
distance apart,
That's him.
and so, I wasn't gonna bother him. And then his coffee came up, so he got it for him and his wife because she was outside, and Naomi. And so as he was walking out, and it was even one of those things where like even though I've met him before, I was intimidated, so I just said, "Thank you for your tagging, man." That was it, and he just smiled. And he's like, "Yeah." And he walked out. That was our whole interaction.
Yeah.
And then so he walks out, and then I saw him giving the shaka to someone. So then this dude comes back in. He's like, that was fucking Jimmy Uso. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like I just
You know who that was?
thanked him for tagging. Like for doing tag team shit.
Damn,
so
bro.
That's
just
sick.
kind of
Them and a New Day are like,
New Day is cool, man.
they are the fucking Hardy and Christian and Edge and fucking.
Of today,
Yes.
yeah, of like stables and tag teams. and
It's
stuff,
so wild.
absolutely.
I don't feel like we have a third, like we had back
Yeah,
then.
I don't know. I don't like I said. I only really kind of follow as stuff pops. Now that I know that Peacock is doing its
Yeah.
thing, I'll have to start watching.
Dude,
it.
WrestleMania this year looks okay. I'm not so.
Are they still doing like?
It's a 2-day thing.
Okay.
Uh,
What I was gonna ask is even for the live tapings, are they still doing like the big board of where it's just people's faces on?
from my
screen?
understanding, they have 15,000 people in it.
Fuck yeah! I need to get back to that.
But I might be mixing that up with UFC.
Yeah, UFC
Okay.
is doing their first open this month.
Okay,
But it makes
But
me
if
feel like,
it's-
why wouldn't WrestleMania? I
Well,
feel
I
like
think
there's
even
gotta
just
be.
depending on
regular
state.
wrestling. 'Cause I was trying to watch.
They
like,
are doing pre-filmed ones. Like The Fiend
Yeah.
is taking on Randy Orton.
But that
again.
only makes sense because that's like his thing, right? It's
Yeah.
like his whole thing.
Did you watch
is it's
last
weird.
year's
With the Firehouse
Fun Club?
I got to watch some of it on YouTube, and it looked awesome. I really
was
want to watch
awesome.
like the whole thing.
It was awesome.
So that makes sense. But like when I've tried to watch like wrestling with like not a real audience there, you lose something.
Yeah.
You really do because it's about the live. Even if you're watching it on a TV
It's
screen.
you know what I feel like it is? Like I know like we went from like the Attitude Era to the PG era, and in between there we got HD.
Mm-hmm.
And it went from, I mean, it still was great, but you know what I miss about the Attitude Era? The way it was filmed was like, there was a smokiness about the way things looked.
Yeah, you felt
So it looked more like
rugged.
mysterious and like, rough and edgy. And like, when everything got clear and brighter and like more colorful and like,
It lost.
Yeah.
yeah, and the gimmicks got like rounder or
Softer,
softer. It was like, I feel like a baby could watch this and it wouldn't be inappropriate.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to watch wrestling and think of SpongeBob or like,
Yeah. I'm fine with a couple characters like that, but like you
Yeah.
gotta have something more.
yeah.
And that's definitely when the board showed up. Like I know they were just trying to deal with COVID precautions, but I was like, just watching like this weird, like 1984 fucking like. It reminded me of if you ever watch Black Mirror at all. I don't know if you guys ever watched
I've
that.
seen
I
that.
never watched a full episode, but I saw one where like it was like social media and like people were rated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's one episode in Black Mirror where there's like the people that power like essentially like the subterranean layer that where all of existence is now because no one lives outside anymore are all powered by people riding bikes and everything's virtual.
Oh, yeah,
So then you
I
essentially
saw
go
that.
on to like a America's Got Talent type thing, but then it was a wall of just people watching with their
to get out.
with their avatars or whatever, and it just makes me think of that, and that scares the shit out of me. And it also it really does lose
fucking
something
weird,
because like watching reactions of just like the board of people.
Also,
it's
there's
not
no
the same.
fan
Is actually
interaction.
being there,
Yeah,
So you can't like throw somebody into the crowd, which they still do try to do that now. Like they'll throw somebody into like a crowd TV or whatever that is.
It's just not the same.
It's not, and they'll wrestle in and out of them, and I'm like,
no one cares. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it doesn't
doesn't
have
work
the same
it
the same
sucks because it's like right now there's a really good storyline with Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns.
Dan Ryan's back. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there might be a triple threat for the title, the
cool.
Universal title at WrestleMania, but again, no crowd. So it's like.
There's certain innovations.
Also,
like,
the fucking entrances at WrestleMania are legendary.
they're awesome.
But if you watch last year's entrance, it's like them walking down a 15-foot.
Yeah, because that was a whole to do. Like,
Yeah.
you could watch just
Like,
for the entrances.
All
alone.
of Triple H's entrances, all of Undertaker's, or
Badass.
he come out on a bike.
That one, yeah.
My favorite one all time, any entrance ever. My favorite one was when Triple H came out with the half skull face, and he's all gold.
Yep.
Ooh, there was something chilly about that. That you
Yeah.
were just like, I'm watching something special.
Yeah. I always really dug. There was one where Rey Mysterio came out and POD was on stage playing Booyaka 619, and he had like that whole like Mexican like historical like headdress thingy or whatever. And I remember that was like a big one for me because I was always a huge Mysterio fan. Like I remember even before I really kind of understood who he was, I had like a WCW like video game, and that was always who I played as, was Rey Mysterio. And I didn't watch as much WCW as I did WWF when I was a kid, but I was always like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's fucking cool. I'm playing as him.
You know what else is wild that you don't see anymore on like WWE Network or TV or whatever? Signs. That was a big part of
Yeah, that was
kids
what was fun
or
about
like
it. Yeah.
the crowd is like you don't see signs anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Well, we're pretty much gonna wrap up because that's like
What time is it? Because I gotta get home too.
8:30.
Oh shit! It is almost. It's pretty much my
8:45.
bedtime. Yeah.
But before we go, plug all your stuff. You got a new podcast coming out.
Yeah, so hopefully this will definitely come out way before. But so I'm in the works. I've already recorded one episode, so that'll be episode 5.
Yeah.
With Brett for Probcast. You're coming over like Wednesday or something.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Which Wednesday is your boy's birthday?
It is.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it'll be big
Damn
2-9. So
Happy birthday, kitty.
Thank you. So hopefully like maybe late April
So summerish.
to May. Sometime in summer, hopefully Probcast will drop. And then my Instagram's probably Josh Shelton. And then I also have my film photography, which is probably Analog. And then on Facebook, it's just Josh Shelton. But hopefully it'll get to the point where you'll search like probably Josh Shelton and like
Everything
we were talking
will-
earlier in the podcast. But that's kind of like the stuff right now, I guess. And please look up Moose Screeching if you want.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be cool. Maybe if you guys don't mind, like when this pops or when this comes out, if you could maybe share Moose
for
Screeching
sure,
in a
dude.
story or something,
yeah.
that'd be dope. Because like
Just make it shareable because me and my friend AJ were talking about like you can't share a story. You can only share a post,
Yeah, the
or
post
a
should
video.
Post should already be.
How the fuck do you
shareable.
share a story? You can't, can you?
You can't.
Why?
I don't know.
That's the dumbest
so
shit
bullshit.
ever. You know how
Unless
many
you're
Unless
tagged
you're
in it.
tagged.
Unless you're tagged in it. That's it. So whenever you post on the Some People Suck thing, I can't
So only the
share
person
it.
tagged in it can share it?
Yeah, you
Yes,
have
it's
to tag them in
bullshit.
it.
So if I
have
tag him in it, you can't share it?
I cannot unless I'm tagged as well.
And you have
What
to
the
tag them in
fuck?
all of them because I can only share the one that you tagged me in.
I was
So
wondering
there's
why you do that. I
multiple-
was like, this motherfucker lazy.
No,
No, it was
can't
because you
I
share
didn't
can't
know.
share.
My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A learning
Yeah,
experience.
yeah, you can't. So it's
Yeah.
a whole weird thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
I'm sure Instagram will fix that.
Bro, if you guys are trying to watch for quality, give me a few years, bro. We're going to get top-notch quality here in like...
This is already looking really good, man. Like, because when we were talking about it earlier, and I know we got to wrap it up, but even this, and then the one you did with... Which one were we watching? The most recent one, it was just you two.
We watched one with Nod.
Yeah, but then the most recent one, as of now...
Was sick with it.
Sick
Yeah,
with it, yeah.
because, like, I loved, like, this with
Yeah, it was
still seeing
daylight.
daylight
Yeah, yeah,
behind
yeah.
you. It added nice dimension. Like, this is already looking really nice.
Yeah.
And, I'll come over at some point, and then I can kind of teach you guys lighting, and,
Yeah.
you know, we could find, like, a cheap way to do some really cool lighting in here.
Other
That's
man
what we need
shit.
to.
Yeah, man shit. Yeah.
Bro,
Man shit.
I promise
We're gonna
all
have a
them
man
tools gonna be
workshop.
out the plastic bags by the time you come over here next. So,
Very cool.
so yeah. Hell yeah.
They're still going to be like super
Pristine.
fucking clean.
Oh, mine are super
Pristine.
clean.
Under.
Like,
pristine, but
Yeah.
no baggies for sure. But hell yeah, good
Cool,
shit.
guys.
Well, thanks
Get
for
us
coming
outta here.
over, bro. I really do appreciate it, and thank you guys for listening. Y'all check out the boy
And
yeah, we love you guys.
And when Probcast does come out, you'll see an episode of Cody, an episode of Hilton, and then you'll see an episode of Some People Suck invasion storyline to Probcast.
Also, Kitty has promised us for our 100th episode that he has a surprise for the podcast.
I do, yeah. Footage of the OG podcast.
Yes.
The OG.
The dead original, dead stock, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't never came out, never seen a light of day of
516
nothing.
Desert Oak Drive, backyard.
Rep.
Don't even live there anymore.
Stay talking for like 2 more minutes. I forgot I have a gift for you.
Oh, shit, okay.
Goodness
For the
gracious.
podcast.
Yeah, dude, the OG one.
OG,
Oh
I still
my
have
God.
it, and I have all the. We were looking at it today on the computer when
Yeah,
Cody
yeah.
went up to Pop's warehouse because I had my computer there. So
Word.
I still have all the footage, have all the audio. I just gotta sync it and put it
Dude, that
together.
was so much fun. I remember that was like literally 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Because it was
That
Thanksgiving.
was, yeah.
It was Friendsgiving. We'd like everybody got together to eat.
Yeah,
and
'cause
then
we
like the
moved-
next week or
We
something.
moved out last February, so that was
Okay.
2020. So yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Was Miriam pregnant? Miriam was pregnant. She was pregnant.
Whoa, yeah, okay, yeah, she was.
So yeah.
Bro, that was so.
Yeah.
I am so excited for that, dude.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see that.
Do you still have that? What do we got here?
Oh,
I love your
God.
wrapping. It looks like mine. That's what I do when I wrap
Just
shit.
newspaper? Respect.
What do we got here?
That's some man rapping right there, bro.
So this is a gift since, lifelong friend.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of the podcast has helped us get where we're at. I saw this and immediately thought of you,
Okay.
and I want you to unwrap it
Giving a
on.
clone of Willie? What's going on here, bro?
Oh, look at that. Best grandpa in the whole wide world.
Show the camera
I love
what it
It's
looks
got
like.
A little hole. Look at that. Here,
Hey.
I'll bring it up to the thing, and then you can cut, I guess.
There's not very many things that look so kitty,
That is very.
but that's one of
kitty.
those things. I saw
It
it.
is cool because, like, even since you've known me, I've worn shirts that involve things
Grandpa.
that say, like, Super Grandpa or
Yeah.
whatever, even when I was, like, 20,
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
So that's actually amazing. And I love the little hole right
Yeah.
there. So that's
I saw that and I
awesome.
was like, dude, that is
This
mint.
is fantastic.
Hell
This
yeah.
is a cool present, dude. Thank you.
Hell yeah, bro.
This is dope.
I love you, bro.
I love you too,
Dude.
man. I love both of you.
I love you too, bro.
Yeah.
I love both of you
Hey,
guys.
mad love for the fam.
Solid
Yee.
podcast.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. Again, thank you for
Yeah.
coming for real and helping with the whole TV hanger.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're
Actually,
gonna.
that's how we're gonna cut it. Let me show y'all's hard work right here.
Oh well.
Right here.
So he's gonna.
Battery? Can I pull power?
You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
pull
yeah.
power, yeah.
Sweet. So that's how we're gonna do it. Look at that. Look at our hard work today.
Hey.
We
Gang,
did that. We just gotta
gang.
do an LV1. We're gonna cut a hole right there.
Why
Do
are
it
you
behind
yelling?
the thing.
Hell yeah,
We love you
boys.
guys.
Suck.
Yee, yee.
Yee.